Welcome to Psych Insight, your gateway to the intriguing world of psychology. In this channel, we unravel complex psychological concepts, shedding light on the fascinating intricacies of the human mind. Today, we're delving deep into the concept of selective blindness, particularly how it plays out in the context of narcissism. This phenomenon isn't just about simple ignorance, it's about consciously choosing to overlook or deny certain information, especially when it's uncomfortable or inconvenient. So, buckle up as we embark on this journey of understanding the intersection of selective blindness and narcissism. Let's dive in. Have you ever wondered why we sometimes choose not to see what's right in front of us? This is more than simple ignorance. It's selective blindness, a fascinating psychological phenomenon where we deliberately overlook or deny the existence of certain information. Often, this is because it's uncomfortable or inconvenient. We shield our eyes from the truth, like ostriches burying our heads in the sand. Now, imagine this scenario in the context of narcissism. Intriguing, isn't it? Consider this. A woman finds herself in a relationship with a charming man. He's charismatic, magnetic, and seems to have an aura that commands attention. She is drawn to him like a moth to a flame, enchanted by his charisma. This is where our story of selective blindness begins. Picture a room filled with vibrant colors, but our protagonist, the woman, is only drawn to the color red, the color of passion, love, and warmth. This red is her charming man. But let's not forget, red is also the color of danger, the color of warning signs. These signs, however, are ignored, overlooked by the woman, for she has succumbed to the allure of his charm. Now let's delve into the psychology behind this. Selective blindness is a cognitive bias that causes us to ignore or downplay the negative aspects of situations or people, focusing instead on the positives. It's a form of denial, a psychological defense mechanism that helps us avoid discomfort. In our story, the woman's selective blindness shields her from the discomfort of acknowledging the man's narcissistic traits. Unbeknownst to her, she's dancing with a narcissist. Narcissism, characterized by a grandiose sense of self-importance, a lack of empathy, and a need for excessive admiration, is often masked by a charismatic exterior. The woman is caught in a web spun by the man's charisma, entranced by his charm, and oblivious to his narcissism. This is the power of selective blindness. It paints a picture so mesmerizing that reality becomes blurred. But here's the catch. Selective blindness is not a conscious choice. It's a subconscious process that we're often unaware of. The woman isn't deliberately ignoring the man's narcissistic traits. She's simply drawn to his charm, captivated by the illusion of his charisma. And so, the story unfolds. As the woman continues to dance with the narcissist, blind to his true colors, caught in the grip of selective blindness. She was blinded by his charm, selecting only the good qualities and ignoring the red flags. But what is narcissism really? You might have heard this term thrown around in casual conversations, a label often attached to someone who seems overly self-obsessed. But in psychological terms, narcissism is more than just a fascination with one's image. It's a personality disorder, characterized by an inflated sense of self-importance, a deep need for excessive attention and admiration, coupled with a lack of empathy for others. Narcissists believe they're superior to others and have little regard for other people's feelings. But despite this belief, they're often fragile and crave approval from others to shore up their self-image. But here's where it gets tricky. Narcissists can be incredibly charming and magnetic. They know how to draw people in, spinning a web of charisma and intrigue around themselves. They're masters at manipulation, bending situations and people to their will with ease. They know exactly what to say to make you feel special, to make you feel seen. And it's this ability that creates a perfect storm for selective blindness. In the whirlwind of a narcissist's charm, it's easy to overlook the red flags. Their grandiose stories might seem exciting rather than exaggerated. Their need for constant admiration might feel like deep passion, and their lack of empathy might be mistaken for strength or independence. But here's the crux of it all. Beneath the charming facade, the narcissist is often driven by feelings of inadequacy and insecurity. Their inflated ego is a fortress built to protect a fragile self-esteem, and their manipulation is a tool used to maintain control. In the presence of a narcissist, it's crucial to guard against selective blindness, to see beyond the charm and the charisma, and to recognize the signs of narcissism for what they truly are. Because, remember this, no matter how adeptly a narcissist might manipulate their surroundings, in the end, the narcissist's true colors always reveal themselves. So, how do these two concepts intersect? Selective blindness and narcissism are like two dancers moving in sync on a psychological dance floor. They intertwine, each feeding off the other in a symbiotic relationship that can be as detrimental as it is fascinating. Imagine a narcissist as a master illusionist. With their charm and charisma, they create a captivating performance that draws you in. This performance is designed to manipulate your perception, making you see only what the narcissist wants you to see. You find yourself entranced, caught in the spectacle, and here's where selective blindness steps in. Selective blindness acts like a spotlight, focusing your attention on the dazzling display while leaving the rest of the stage in darkness. It makes you overlook the narcissist's manipulative and abusive behaviors, focusing instead on their charm, their grandiose tales, and their seemingly magnetic personality. This is not to say that the fault lies entirely with the person exhibiting selective blindness. The narcissist's performance is designed to exploit this very human tendency. They present themselves as larger than life, as incredibly special and unique, to draw your gaze and keep it there. It's a sophisticated game of smoke and mirrors, where the narcissist is both the magician and the mirror, reflecting a distorted image that masks their true nature. The danger of this combination lies in its subtlety and its potential to perpetuate emotional manipulation and abuse. The narcissist, fueled by their need for admiration and control, continues to perform their well-crafted illusions. Meanwhile, the person with selective blindness continues to focus on the charm and ignore the red flags. This dangerous dance can continue indefinitely, leading to a cycle of manipulation and emotional harm. It's a psychological tango, an intricate ballet of perception and deception, and the longer it goes on, the harder it becomes to step out of the dance and see the reality of the situation. In the end, understanding this intersection between selective blindness and narcissism is crucial to recognizing and breaking free from such manipulative relationships. It's a dangerous dance between the seer and the seen. Having understood the dance between selective blindness and narcissism, what can we do to break the cycle? It's time to switch the spotlight onto intervention and awareness. It begins with self-awareness, understanding your own biases, and recognizing when you might be falling prey to selective blindness. This is not an easy task, as our minds are wired to protect our beliefs and perceptions. However, acknowledging this tendency is the first step towards overcoming it. Next, learn to identify the signs of narcissism. Remember, narcissists are often charming and charismatic, but they also exhibit a distinct lack of empathy, a sense of entitlement, and a need for constant admiration. Becoming familiar with these traits can help you see through the smoke and mirrors. Furthermore, don't be afraid to seek help. Reach out to trusted friends, family, or professionals who can provide a fresh perspective on your situation. Sometimes, an outside view can help illuminate the parts of the stage that selective blindness has left in the dark. Lastly, establish boundaries. Narcissists thrive on control and manipulation. By setting clear boundaries, you can protect yourself from falling into their well-crafted illusions. Remember, it's okay to say no and prioritize your mental health. Breaking the cycle of selective blindness and narcissism is a journey, but with awareness, knowledge, and the right tools, it's one that we are all capable of embarking on. This is not just about protecting ourselves, it's about creating healthier relationships and fostering a more genuine connection with those around us. So let's take that first step towards breaking the cycle. After all, the mind is a universe waiting to be explored. So, what can we learn from this? We've journeyed through the intriguing world of selective blindness, where our minds often choose to see what aligns with our beliefs, desires, or biases, conveniently overlooking the rest. This psychological phenomenon, while fascinating, can leave us vulnerable to manipulation, especially when it intersects with narcissism. We've also uncovered the mask of narcissism, a personality trait marked by a grandiose sense of self-importance, a need for excessive admiration, and a lack of empathy. Narcissists are masters at exploiting selective blindness, skillfully presenting themselves in a way that feeds into our preconceptions or desires, making it hard for us to see their true colors. The intersection of selective blindness and narcissism can lead to a harmful dynamic, where we may find ourselves trapped in a cycle of manipulation and emotional abuse. But there's hope. By understanding these phenomena, we can build awareness, foster resilience, and prevent ourselves from falling into these traps. The key takeaway here is the power of understanding and awareness. Recognizing selective blindness within ourselves and understanding the traits of narcissism can equip us with the tools to navigate complex social landscapes. It can empower us to make healthier choices, establish stronger relationships, and create a more genuine connection with the world around us. Remember, seeing the full picture is the first step towards breaking the cycle.